There will not be peace in the land, and I say that with a heavy, heavy, heavy heart, because, Michael, I don't live in Oakland. I live in Israel, and my children serve in the army. And my grandchildren live there, and I want peace more than, Michael, more than you could ever, ever know. I'm not a fool. Wanting peace and getting peace are two very, very different things. They don't want peace. They believe time is on their side because of Michael Lerners. They believe that the only way that they can win is not by Arab armies, but through Jewish fools who erode and slap us with guilt and more guilt. I have no guilt. I am sick and I don't suffer from Jewish AIDS. Guilt. I think it is better to live than to die. And I think it is better to be a winner than a loser. And what is this guilt? Every time Jews win, we feel guilty about winning. Guilty about winning. What would a Jew in Auschwitz have given for a Jewish tank and a Jewish plane and a Jewish victory? Someday when they build the Hall of Fame of inane statements, the following one by Golda Meir shall lead all, lo, it shall lead all the rest. After the war in 1973, Yom Kippur War, she said, I can forgive the Egyptians for killing our soldiers, but I will never forgive them for making us kill theirs. No, Michael, that beats even anything that you have said so far. Though I must tell you that I have great faith in you. You're still growing. What an inane, what an obscene statement that is. I will never forgive them for killing our boys. And God bless every Jew who prevented the Egyptians from killing Jews by killing them. And that is a Jewish concept. My oldest son was in Lebanon. Artillery. When he came back, he told me a thing which I already knew, but he had seen it personally. They were given orders that if PLO positions were inside villages, they were not allowed to give fire cover to the infantry lest they kill civilians. Do you know how many Jewish soldiers died because of that criminal order? When they had to go in under sniper fire? In every normal war, you level the area, artillery, and then the soldiers go in. But we didn't do that. I tell you that all the Arabs in Lebanon were not worth the life of one Jewish soldier. And when my son serves in an army, I want to know that his CO cares more about him than about some Arabs who are part of a nation which thrills and waits for that day of Idbaq al-Yahud, of slaughtering the Jew. In World War II, did Allied bombers ever say, well, maybe we shouldn't bomb the cities because there were civilians there? Who do you think we killed when we bombed Berlin? Gestapo generals? We were fighting an entire nation which was committed to plunging the world into eternal darkness. You know what fathers Lerner? Let me psychoanalyze, not Lerner as Michael Lerner, but all of them, both here and there. They're rid of the guilt. They believe that maybe we really had no right to go to the country at all and take it from the Palestinians that were there. But because they not only are guilt-ridden, but they're also cowards. Because if you really believe that you're a thief, give back your kibbutz. If you really have guilt feelings about it, what am I doing here after all? In 1880, there were Arabs in it. Of course, there were Jews also, but mostly Arabs. What am I doing here? If you really feel that way, give back your kibbutz. But they don't have the courage to do that either. They're cowards and they're frauds. So they have to sit and they wallow in their guilt, and they have to take the Arab position on every single issue in order to win a crumb of forgiveness for their conscience. That's the real problem. Well, I have no guilt. That land belongs to us. And when I heard Shamir say, we need Greater Israel because of the Russian Jews, what an outrageously stupid statement. The reason why we should not give up that land. Not because we need it for Russian Jews. If it isn't ours, it doesn't belong to us. There's only one reason why we should keep that land, and it is because it belongs to us. You annex the territories, and you make them as Israel as is Tel Aviv. And you remove the Arabs. You give them a choice. If the Arabs wish to stay, fine, but they live as the concept of ger toshav, a resident stranger. That is the halachic concept. He may live there with his personal rights, but no national rights. He is not a citizen. When this ignoramus par excellence, who finally learned one biblical verse, said, but it says that thou shalt treat the stranger properly. That's true, but he will and decently. But he's a stranger. He's not a citizen. If they accept it, let them stay. Sit quietly. If not, out. Out. Where will they go? Where will they go? Where will they go? They'll go to Lebanon and they'll go to Jordan. Don't insult my intelligence later by asking, but what if Jordan doesn't want them? Of course Jordan doesn't want them. But I don't want them either. So they'll have them. And if they want to call Jordan Palestine, you want to call Palestine, you want to call it Oakland, call it Oakland. What am I going to call it? I don't care. What do we owe Hussein? Jordan is, first of all, legally Jordan is not Palestine. Legally Jordan isn't even Jordan. Jordan is all of 68 years old. When the League of Nations gave the British a mandate to create a Jewish state, it was over both sides of the Jordan. The British cut away, as the British do. They cut away the East Bank because they were missing one state for one king, the grandfather of this present midget. And they created Transjordan, which later turned into Jordan. This is a legal state. If the Arabs think that they are Palestinians, you want people Palestinians? What is Palestinians? Yeah, you're going to call Jordan Palestine. Not that I recognize it, but you're going to go like a shot. But not in any part of the land of Israel that we now hold. It's insanity. The Arabs start 4 wars with us, kill 15,000 soldiers in those wars, and then suddenly realize we can't beat them that way. Let's do it differently. And they say, okay, let's have peace. Let's go back to go. I come from Brooklyn. Streets, the streets. In Brooklyn, winners win and losers lose. And especially losers who start a war and lose it, they lose good. Unbelievable. I believe in land for peace. I always have, for years, always. We'll keep the land.